It's Wales' own son, Sub-Lieutenant Jones. If I do that, I'll have to go on a course. Sub-Lieutenant Jones! Allard! Wake up! Wake up, Allard! Oh, this is useless. He'll be out for hours unless I can think of another way to wake him up. Remarkably, Sub-Lieutenant Jones has found another way to be less cooperative. Best stow this for now. There's been a slight infestation. The lower decks are on lockdown. The animators rather we leave it on. Less things to move. It appears to be stuck. I'm prone to stage fright with an audience. Without the right tools for the job, I'm not risking it. It might fit Allard's dainty hand. I've a bit more girth. Now, what do we have here? Ah! Good Lord. Start cutting just yet. I'll just get piping hot tea all over my hands, and I didn't enjoy that the first time. Why, it's packed to the rafters with mild English cheddar. Surely you can't be serious. I can't use these two together. I doubt combining these two will prove to be particularly useful. I'm happy with the current level of cleanliness. That's the radio wave oven. It's the same idea as a conventional microwave oven, except while your meal is cooking, you can listen to the... I'm sure there's a more practical use for this. It really takes the misery out of making tea. We'll agree to disagree about that. I don't believe the isolation of space has forced me to talk to the furniture just yet. I think it would be best if I did something else with this. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. I remember when they talked about keeping BBC Three.
What's going on? What are you playing at, boyo?
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. It felt like someone else was in control of my inhibitions.
Just give me the driver so we can GTFO.
GTFO?
Get things functioning and online. You need to swat up in your acronyms. FFS. For future scenarios.
I'm afraid I've nothing useful to hand. Here, install this, and we should be underway again.
You could have used my USB pen, you know.
What? Is that another one of your acronyms I'm supposed to know?
What? Universal Serial Bus?
Ha! Serial bus. I know you're just making that one up.
Well, boyo, I've got some good news and some bad news. Which one do you want first?
Give me the grim, demoralizing reality first, then ensure I quickly forget its severity with a light-hearted human interest tale, preferably involving a cat and a musical instrument.
Alright, boyo. Well, the bad news is that before this driver will work, one of us is going to have to descend into the dark depths of the ship to perform the emergency systems reset procedure.
You mean turn everything off and on again?
Yes, but the good news is it's a one-person job, so only one of us will have to do it.
Presumably I'll be the one doing the legwork, as usual.
Well, If you want, we could make it seem like you had a choice in the matter. Here, we'll flip for it. Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
It's heads.
Blast! I can't help but feel that somehow that was always going to happen.
What fates impose that men must needs abide, it boots not to resist both wind and tide.
Gosh, the writing on this voyage just stepped up a level. That was borderline Shakespeare.
Aye, borderline.
Right, I'm off. I haven't been up here long and already I think I've started to lose muscle density. On a more positive note, it would appear my bone density has remained unaffected. I don't think they'd get along. Triple action! Removes grease, fights odours, preserves one's dignity while attempting to squeeze through a narrow opening. The holy trinity of cleaning products. If you want a job done around here, you've got to do it yourself. Whilst that did smell like a spring breeze, it did chafe a turd. I'd better go carb-free when we get back to Old Blighty. Now, let's see. I don't feel suitably dressed to be heading out. Not. We made that mistake once before. It's a precision-engineered German motorized screwdriver. As I said to the boys on our rugby tour of the Netherlands back in '87, I'm not touching that without adequate protection. I fear we may need to curtail this imaginative thinking. I'm sure there's another more rational use for this. It might fit Alan's dainty hand. I have a bit more girth. If you could bottle it, you'd make a fortune. It's part of the laboratory equipment the biologist we were supposed to have on board brought. I'm not sure what happened to him. No one's seen him for weeks. Not to worry. I'm sure he'll turn up. It isn't great for the environment. Replacement ribbons are a real biohazard. The box is sealed shut. Why, it would be impossible to determine the fate of any biological life form inside. I can't use these two together. It doesn't appear to be working. It has a warmth that you simply don't get with digital, especially if you burn the sleeve as well. Preserved thanks to the tireless efforts of hipsters from all corners of Shoreditch. If you could bottle it, you'd make a fortune. I doubt combining these two will prove to be particularly useful. Right, I'll have this open in a jiffy. Manufactured by decent, honest, working-class Brits in 1974. Once more onto the breach we go. The technology predates most Brexit supporters by at least 40 years. I'm sure this'll come in, wait for it, handy, eh? Yes. Voila! That should significantly reduce the risk of death by electrocution. Always a comforting reassurance. This should do the trick. No, that's... yes. Right. Oops, I'm ever so clumsy. Ah well, no harm done. Let's check back with Allard and see if that's sorted everything. Oh, here it's starting to get a bit of creeps. It's part of the laboratory equipment the biologist we were supposed to have on board brought. I'm not sure what happened to him. No one's seen him for weeks. Not to worry, I'm sure he'll turn up. I see Allard's activated the autopilot and skived off. Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer the more natural look. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. I'm Frank, but please, call me Captain English.
Welcome.
Captain English.
How may I be of assistance?
So, how's everything going? Are we on track to be finished by tea?
ETA to waypoint, Tango Echo Alpha, calculating. Cannot define. Please refer to string length idiom for more details.
So, how long have you been an autopilot?
Calculating. Error. You do not have permission to access this data.
I don't suppose there's a Mr. Autopilot, perchance?
Compiler error. Incompatible types. Access denied.
I think I'll log off.
It is now safe to be removed.